So this is going to be the romantic compatibility between an Aries and a Sagittarius. So both Aries and Sagittarians are fire signs. So when you have fire and fire, you have a lot of fire. You have a really strong, high energy connection. There's a lot of heat, there's a lot of passion and desire, and really great chemistry with one another. You're definitely super attracted to each other on the physical level. And both being fire signs, there is that greater level of understanding. So you are more likely to understand where the other is coming from. However, both being fire signs, you are very prone to anger. So there can definitely be a lot of fighting within this relationship. You're both hot headed, you're both very quick to start an argument. So there can definitely be a lot of verbal arguments with one another. However, as quick as you are to anger, you're just as quick to forgive one another. So even if you are fighting, you let it out and you hash it out and then you move on. And it's almost like as soon as you started fighting, the fight is already over. So you can let things go really easily between one another. So Aries is a cardinal sign and Sagittarius is a mutable sign. So Aries is much more likely to take initiative, to make the first move, to progress the relationship forward, and to take control of the relationship, really. Meanwhile, Sagittarius is definitely a lot more go with the flow type of attitude. So they're a little bit less likely to take initiative. They're more going to be the ones who's, while Aries reaches out and the Sagittarius sort of kind of sits back and lets them come to them instead. A good thing about the signs, even though they are very fiery and prone to arguing, the Sagittarius is much more likely to let it go and basically let the Arian win in any type of argument, which Aries loves to win. They always have to win. So in that way it can work. Even though Sagittarius is very fiery and passionate, they're definitely a bit more peaceful and they're more likely to kind of just let things go. So also, with the two being fire signs, it would definitely help for you to be in high energy, to do activities together, like physical activities, like working out with one another or exploring new things too. Both Sagittarius and Aries loves to try new things and they love to explore. So this type of relationship, these are two people who are doing brand new things, they're pushing boundaries, they're doing all sorts of crazy stuff together. It's a really fun and exciting relationship with one another. So Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, and this is a very masculine type of energy. It can be very aggressive too and super action oriented, again with the whole taking initiative. Meanwhile, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is this big, expansive type of energy here. So, with both planets being super powerful, there could definitely be some type of power struggle within this relationship. Ultimately, Aries is more likely to win and basically get their way, but there can definitely be sort of a power struggle dynamic between these two signs. Aries really likes to make their own luck, make their own fortune, and really work hard for something. Meanwhile, Sagittarius they really like to kind of just sit back and let their blessings come to them. So that's definitely something different about their mindset. Aries really wants to work hard and really put all their effort and all their energy into something. Sagittarius, although they are high energy, they would still rather kind of just sit back and wait for their blessings to come to them. So when it comes to houses, Aries is ruled by the first house. Sagittarius is ruled by the ninth house. the ninth house has to do with traveling and exploration. Meanwhile, Aries in the first house is very focused on the self. So while Aries is very self involved and really focusing on everything all about them, Sagittarius really wants to go out there and really wants to explore. So this can work in some ways because Arians, they really like to try new things. So they're really going to go along with whatever, and vice versa. Sagittarius is very open minded, they're up for anything. So this is definitely a couple that really likes to travel together. And even if they're not physically traveling, they just like to really try new things. Like, they're super open minded and super creative energy too. It's sort of like you don't even know what to expect with this couple. They're always doing something different. So again, with the houses, as Aries is very focused on themselves, Sagittarius likes to put themselves out there and they like to give. So that can be a good thing. Aries is the one to really start the relationship, and Sagittarius is the one to keep it going and keep it progressing and keep it moving forward. So when it comes to symbols, the Aries is ruled by the ram. So this is the tiny yet mighty creature that just likes to run headfirst into something, and they can be very overly confident and rush into something before they're even ready to do that. Meanwhile, Sagittarius is ruled by a mythical animal, the contour, I think. I'd never say it right, but it's basically this half man, half horse type of animal. It's a mythical animal, actually. And they too, just like the ram, they like to run forward, they like to rush forward. Sagittarius has a lot of determination, and they want to make progress. They're high achievers too. So Aries is very likely to start a project, but the Sagittarius has enough stamina to keep it going and keep this thing going. So the Arian is like, "Hey, Sag, let's try doing this." And then Sag is like, "Okay." And then Sag is the one that's like, "Okay, let's actually like take those action steps and let's book that flight and let's actually like make this fantasy into reality." So, it's like Aries is the beginning and Sagittarius is the end. They definitely like really complete each other this way. And the chemistry is just amazing with two fire signs. It's really the best type of passion you can have. There's so many sparks, just sparks are flying everywhere. There's a lot of heat between one another. And yeah, the only warning sign with two fire signs is that you just have to make sure it goes beyond the chemistry, it goes beyond the physical, and you have to make sure it's not just a fling, because that definitely happens with all fire signs, all combinations. It's very easy to just have a quick thing, have a quick fling, but the real question is it actually going to last? So really, Aries is the one who's likely to, make that first move, and definitely Sagittarius is more likely going to be the one who actually wants to keep the relationship going. And yeah, so you just have to make sure there's more to it than the passion. And as amazing as the chemistry is together, just make sure it goes beyond that. And when it does come to stuff in the bedroom, you guys are always keeping it fresh. You're always keeping it new. You're always trying something like really wild and crazy. And basically, there's no boredom in the bedroom whatsoever. So you don't have to worry about that. And that's basically all I have. So thank you so much for watching. And remember that you're not just bound to your sun sign. You also have your moon sign, your rising sign. And when it comes to romance, definitely check out your Venus as well. Thank you so much for watching.